Sportsman Cars in the Water Box. And I know what you're thinking, hey, I've seen that Mustang before. You probably have. Because Brendan, like so many, enters 2 categories when he comes out here. Hey, a little extra gas and a second shot at a trophy. Why not? Worked for him yesterday. Listen up in the pits. Attention in the pit. Super Pro. Come on down. Super Pro to the lanes, please. Looks like a little S10 brought some extra stuff with it up to the starting line. Talked about it a little bit yesterday, especially, you know, after you make the first run, you're down there with hot tires. If you roll through the gravel or through the grass, we'll kind of pick that stuff up. Do us a favor, would you just, when you get in the staging lanes, give the wheel wells a quick wipe, give the tires a quick wipe, just so you don't drag it out on the racetrack and we have to go out there and mop it up. Brendan goes 13-15, 101, 11:58 for the little truck. Brings up Jess Armstrong. And that's 75 Dodge Dart. And Haley Christensen, 67 C10 Cooties Custom. That thing's cool. I'm not sure who started the whole patina craze. It must have been some guy that had like an old car and went, I don't feel like painting it. Why don't we just clear coat it and tell everybody we did it on purpose? Somebody went, yeah, that's brilliant. 1305 for the pickup, 99 miles an hour. 1329, 102 comes up for Jess. Here comes the black Chevelle. This is Joe Smith. I believe this is the Chevelle that Josephine's got her eye on. I don't blame her. Neat car. Colt Jackson over on the right side. The Datsun pickup. 1160, 115 miles an hour comes up for Joe's. The Datsun goes 1169. Brings up Steve Watkins in his 5.0. And Stormy Newscomb. Stormy out of Camino Island, Washington. And the S10 vintage just before the turn of the century. I mean, not a lot before, but a little before. .1203. 117 miles an hour for Steve Watkins. 117.71. That'd be a pretty solid full house. 1284 at 101 for Stormy. Brings up Veronica Hodgson. And that's 69 Dodge Dart. Vinyl top and all, and Colin Moore. The 1963 Ford Falcon. Veronica's Dodge is a hustler, isn't it? 1184. At 109, 1382 comes up on Colin's side of the racetrack. Here comes Mrs. Houston in that 66 blue Mustang. Rob Getz. Over in the right side. Super Pro, come on down. $12.05 for the Mustang, 110 the speed, 1447 for the pickup, 95 miles an hour. Next priority headed down the boulevard. Dart in the left lane. Mustang drop top in the right. $12.18 at 108. Comes up to the Dodge. The little pony goes $12.26 at 96 miles an hour. Brings up Roland Lowen and Mark Ferguson. The 1955 Meteor goes 12.86 at 101.01. Don't meteors usually go faster than 101 miles an hour? I mean, I don't claim to be an astrophysicist heck, I can't even spell astrophysicist. But don't meteors go faster than that? I think they do. That one did. Kevin McCauley now on the left side, Bill Wells on the right. 454 powered Malibu. That's what Chevrolet needed to do in the 80s, an SS 454 Malibu. Now that would have been a hit. The only problem with that in the early 80s is 454 only had, what, like about 180 horsepower, some ridiculous number like that? Here comes Wayne Douglas. I love that Dart. 68 Dart, vinyl top. That was a Hemi car and a 4-speed. It had everything, like all the cool stuff. Steve Baskerville, we saw him a minute ago in the Volkswagen Golf, the 11-second shooter. Does it again, 11.64. Wayne goes 13.58 in the Dart. The Dart's even green. See, I got a thing for green cars, so. All right, listen up at the pits. Attention to the pits. Motorcycles, come on down. Hot Rod, you're on standby. I could call motorcycles twice, but there's no reason to because those guys and gals are already on the way. Better do a contest sometime and see who is better at answering the call, the motorcycles or the juniors. You think the motorcycles are? Nick Douglas, Jason Mercer, once again, a couple of guys that are pulling double duty, and they're going to be the last two down here in our lone Sportsman time trial session. Sportsman. By virtue of a great reaction time in round number one, they held them out for the buy run since there was an odd number of cars. Got the buy run. Just switching categories up here from Pro ET to Sportsman ET, and now we're ready to go. Mark Ferguson, left side. Joe Smith in the right. The black, I can't see a black Trans Am and not think about Smokey and the Bandit, can you? What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law. Win light's going to come on for Smith by 3 thousandths of a second. 11.74. That's going to be a winner. 12.59 on the 55 for Mark Ferguson, but he left a little bit back here. That'll bring up Veronica Hodgson over on the right side in her Dart. And my little black Mustang drop top. Mustang actually has a license plate on it, a street-driven Mustang out here battling it out on the weekend at the Titanium Strip. Double 06 red. Sometimes 6 thousandths of a second can ruin your whole day. Sometimes it can make your old day. Veronica Hodgson's going to take the win. 1188 on the 1188. Now it's going to be Kevin McCauley's turn. Out of BDL Automotive. And Bill Wells. Bill over in the right lane. 82 years old and he's still racing. 82 years old. I'm telling you, when I'm 82 years old, I hope somebody will wheel me around. I'd love to still be racing at 82 years old. Of course, I mean, you know, I've got about 55 years to go, so we'll see how that works out. What are you looking at me like that for? Kevin was way, way, way early. I don't know what he was looking at when the tree came down, but that's almost like a flinch to turn on the red light by that much. So Bill Wells going to come back and try it again later on in the day. Sylvia in the Mustang, the JM Speed truck over here on the left side. And they are off and running. It's going to be a breakout on the left side. The Mustang's going to come back 12:05 on the 12:02. Mustang got there first by, well, about 600ths and broke out by about, well, 500ths. Had like a little, I mean, little itty-bitty room.
Okay, let's get them down to the lanes then.
Here comes Wayne Douglas, that 68 green Dart convertible. Hey, listen up in the pits. Oh, attention to the pits. Super Pro, Super Pro. Come on down. I need you now, please. Super Pro to the lanes. Haley Christian over on the far side for Cootie's Customs. Dear Wayne Douglas, if you wanted to part with that car, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I love that thing. I've got to think about green cars. And I like convertibles. And I like classics. And just what I need is a 68 Dart to put next to the 1970 Barracuda that I already don't know what I'm going to do with. But the green convertible, it just like got me hooked. Douglas off and running. Haley coming out. The perfectly patinaed S10 trying to track down the drop top Dart. Give the win to the Dart. They both run too quick. Haley runs too quick by a ton. Jess is only, or Wayne's only too quick by half a ton. So on the double breakout, Wayne's going to win it. Super Pro. Oh, attention in the pits. Super Pro. I need you to the lanes, please. Alcohol cars, 30 minutes. Alcohol round one, 30 minutes. Rob gets off and running the truck. Jess Armstrong on the chase. Your Armstrong Monroe, 75. Dodge, Dart, Swinger. It's going to be a win light for the Dodge. It's going to be another double breakout. Rob Getz under by more than a tenth. Jess Armstrong only under by a couple of hundo. And a couple of hundo is better. Brendan Piscatek in the Mustang, Colin Moore. 302 powered Falcon. Dial 1320 to 1386. Little over. One bolt. That's the difference. Both drivers clean, green, down and away. Now we'll find out. My 302 is better than your 302. Okay, my 302 is 30 over. His probably is too. He just isn't bragging about it. Down to the finish line stripe. Win light's going to come on the left lane for Brendan. 13:24 on the 13:20. Dial 13:20. Well, that would be 1/100th of a second for every foot of the racetrack, right? Or am I doing the math wrong? 10th back of the dial is Colin Monroe as Stormy Newcomb rolls up now in the truck on the left side and Roland Lowen in the Meteor. You don't want to get hit by a Meteor. That would be a bad thing. You're not waiting on me, are you? Oh, my God. I don't owe you money, do I? Oh, I hate the security. Making their way down to the finish line. They are side by side, crossing the stripe. It's going to be a breakout for Roland. It's going to be win light for Stormy. 1286 on the 1286. That's what we call right on the money. Honey, when you got the reaction advantage, run dead on the dial. 1/10,000 separation at the stripe, but the reaction time carried the day. Send me a check. Third party morning. Yeah, no problem.
I have a poutine.
Hey,
He needs to have a poutine.
oh, poutine, okay, let's keep that. Send out cookies.
Yeah, please. Actually, I brought my own today because yesterday I'm like, has anybody got one? So today I just brought them.
Thanks, Al.
You bet. Good luck. Nick Douglas, Steve Watkins, coming at you right now. A couple of late model performance machines, and they're dialed darn near heads up. Darn near. Pretty close. Almost. Both of them playing the brake pedal down there, and Steve Watkins is going to get the better of it. 12:23 on the 12:15. Reaction advantage as well. 0-10 on the tree, and that's pretty solid. Well, here comes the golfer one more time. Steve Baskerville, Jason Mercer on the right side. With the boo. Super Pro final call. Attention in a bit. Super Pro final call. Volkswagen a long way behind, but he's got a turbo pumping on down there. And wow, wow, wow. Red light. Game over. Jason Mercer. That's why he was so far out in front down there. 1183 for Steve. That's going to be the easy win. Here comes the Broadway machine. The Dodge Dart here on the left side, and Colin Jackson in the Datsun pickup. As we're getting down towards the end of our Sportsman ET cars. Just like that, right down Broadway. Get it? Get it? Okay, that wasn't my best work. I'll give you that. 12:26 for the win. And just like that, we're moving into Sportsman. Pro. Super Pro. Super Pro, I need your lanes now, please. Super Pro, I need your lanes. Motorcycle, stand by. Making a quick switch, we are now in Sportsman. AT, Super Pro, you need to be on your way to the lanes. Motorcycle and Hot Rod, you are on standby. Just to give everybody a heads up, alcohol cars are coming off the jack stands. They will be out in about 15 minutes or so. Slated for 2 o'clock. They'll be a little bit after. Jess Armstrong breaks out. Joe Smith breaks out. Joe's breaks out 8 thousandths less, and that's going to be the winner. 68 Chevelle's coming back. Veronica Hodgson now on the left side. Steve Baskerville on the right. 69 Dodge. Going to get a slight, and I do mean slight, 0.15 head start. That was slight, and that was red. Steve Baskerville. Jump in the tree. Baskerville, after we went red, also went too quick. Probably figured last trip down the racetrack, so why not? Or is he still in the other class? I'm trying to remember now. Because he's definitely one of our double dutiers. Bill Wells left, Wayne Douglas right. 13:55 on one side, 11:60 on the other. That's about 2 seconds. A little more than a full Christmas tree. That's a little more than a full Christmas tree. That's green lights on both sides. Chevy trying to track down the Dodge. Got him. Another double breakout. This time the Dodge goes under by 6 Hun. The Boo goes under by 3 Hun. Bill Wells gets the win on the double breakout. Stormy Newcomb left. Team Broadway in the right. Red light Stormy. We'll see Team Broadway one more time. 12:18 at 108. I am spending my whole weekend. My goal is to figure out what it says on the window of Sylvia's car over there. It's almost like Wicked Wani. What is that? I got really good binoculars and I still can't make it out. Well, Wicked Wani's a perfume. Is that could that be it? Little things like that just bug me to death. Brendan Piscatek, however, is going to get the win in that pair. So I won't get to stare at that window anymore. And I believe Steve Watkins, my buy run, and he's just going to take the tree and back out. And here we go in Sportsman, Eric Hansen. Left. Hey, I finally figured out who's driving the Broadway car. Eric Hansen and Bill Wells. There are 5 cars left, so the winner of this is going to have the solo run into the final. Bill Wells in the Malibu. Dial in 1160. Eric Hansen. Red light for Eric. Bill Wells was 001. And that red light is going to send Bill into the semis where he'll have a free ride, then into the final where he will not have a free ride, as a matter of fact.
Right here. Junior Lightning semi. Junior Lightning, right? Yeah. Yeah. There you go, dude. No worries. Thanks, Lonnie. No worries. Thanks, Dave.
Yes, wait for Steve Watkins was not.
Steve Watkins, Veronica Hodgson. Steve's in the Mustang. Remember Steve last time? He just come up, took the tree, and then backed out. He was running a car in 2 classes and just basically didn't need to practice, didn't want to heat it up anymore. Veronica, over on the right side of the Dodge, going to try to take care of his business. To the quarter-mile stripe we go. Steve Watkins. How about that? 009 reaction time. And Steve is going to send the Mustang on to face off with the winner of this pair, either Brendan Piscatek or Joe Smith. Now, Smith over on the right side yesterday, if I remember correctly, yesterday was his daughter that won the Junior Street. And when I asked her, what are your racing aspirations? She said, I want to drive Dad Chevelle. And Dad went, yeah, not for a while there, kid. Not for a while. Well, let's see if the Smith family can keep the hopes for another win here this weekend alive. And does. Look at that. 28 on the tree, 64 on the 62 on the track. Boy, Brendan didn't have a whole lot of room. He had a smidge, I mean a smidge of room, but couldn't get in there. So Smith. So it'll be Joel against Steve. Winner gets Bill. 3 cars still alive in Sportsman. Greg Dowdy, we need you to the staging lanes, please. Dylan Hout, we need you with your Top Comp cars. Dylan and Greg, Top Comp, come on down.
So it looks like we've got Sportsman reruns rolling in now. Veronica Hodgson and Eric Hansen. Couple little Mopar A bodies. Eric in the right lane dialed 1226. Veronica over here dialed 1188. So just under 60,000 separating back here at the starting line via reaction times. At the finish line, it is Veronica moving on. How about 1192 on the 1188 dial? It's actually Eric Hansen to the stripe first by 11 thousandths of a second. But in doing so, puts himself under. He was behind on the starting line, and that's hard to fix. So Joel Smith gets a competition single here in the round of 6. Bill Wells not able to make the call, so Joel Smith with a time trial here late in eliminations. So we'll see him coming back. Now Steve Watkins and Brendan Piskacek. Piskacek. I actually asked him how to properly pronounce his name yesterday. And I'm still up to my bad habits of bouncing back and forth, but we'll get it. Piskacek.
This winner is going to race Joel.
So Veronica Hodgson gets the bye at 3 cars. Then Joel Smith will race the winner of this pair to decide who gets to face Veronica in the final. So Steve Watkins, tower side. Brendan Piskacek in the Lordco lane for Buick Racing and Motoring Canada with Thomas. 1326, little Mustang will leave first. The slightly bigger Mustang, I guess, will leave second. Brendan's your winner. Watkins turns it red by 33 thousandths. Piskacek will come back and face Joel Smith to potentially go to the final round and race Veronica Hodgson. So we're down to 3 cars in Sportsman.
Brandon going to race Joel. Right here. And the winner gets Veronica. So we got a Ford, we got a Chevy, we got a Dodge, our final 3. Brendan Piskacek trying to go back 2 back. And he will at least go back to the final. Joel missed it a little bit here, so Brandon's going to run Veronica. Top comp, come on down. Top comp, come on down. Veronica just takes the tree and backs up, and she is ready for the final round. Practice? I don't need no stinking practice.
Coming up next air at you is our Vancouver Car Wrap Sportsman Final. Brendan Piskasek in the left lane taking on Veronica Hodgson in the right lane. Brandon dialed in with a 13:21, Veronica with an 11:90. Brendan looking to go back-to-back in Sportsman. Can he take home both Wallies this weekend? Maybe. So I had the chance to interview him last weekend after his win. And he said his goal was to come out here this weekend and win another one. Well, maybe he might win 2. We'll see if he can get it done. Veronica trying to chase down Brendan. And she does it. She gets there. Veronica going 11:92 on the 11:90. Brendan breaking out 13:17 on the 13:21. Veronica Hodgson is your Vancouver Car Wrap Sportsman champion this weekend. You know, she got to watch the Hot Rod Rob, as we call him. Veronica got to watch Hot Rod Rob, her husband, take home a Wally last weekend. So then Anna's just breaking things up here celebrating. So now Veronica gets to go, hey, you don't get to have all the fun. I'm taking home a Wally too.